to ask you about a big fight that's taking place before yours on the 28th of January. I'm sure you've been asked about this already by a number of other people, but Anthony Yarde, officially, you might not want to be reminded of this, is the only man to have ever stopped you. I know that was contentious, to say the least, but it's there, it's on the record. I mean, presumably he does hit hard at least. But that might be his biggest weapon going in against Artur Beterbiev, unified light heavyweight champion and just a formidable operator. What do you make of that fight?
Yeah, I mean, he's always that. He's always had that vulnerability about him, though. And Beterbiev, you know, he does get hit, and you know, we've seen against, you know, Callum Johnson. He got put down early on in his career as well. You know, like he can be put down, he can be hurt, and yeah, Yarde is a very stiff puncher. Yarde's got very good timing, quite good feet when he wants to. I don't know how Yarde's going to approach this fight. There's a number of ways he could approach it. And I'm not sure how I'm sure they've got a game plan going in, but you know, I just think like the top and bottom of it is, I think Beterbiev will have seen this style. You know, he's had such a pedigreed amateur, and you know, I don't know. I just think there's nothing Yarde could do what he hasn't really seen. And you know, it goes back to like what you just said. You know, amateur's completely different to the pros, and it is. And Yarde's got a very nice pro style. I like his style to watch. But Beterbiev I think he's got an underrated jab that's getting overlooked. And the one big key against Kovalev when Yarde boxed Kovalev was the jab. And I think they're going to use that. You know, look back at videos. I do think Yarde's improved since then, and I do think he's got more of a bit between the teeth since then. You know, but I just can only see one winner. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for him. You know, I know he beat me in that, and I'm not. There's no. I spoke to the guy afterwards. I think he's a nice guy, to be honest. He's a very different guy when the camera's out on him, and I do quite like the guy. So yeah, obviously I'm rooting for him. You know, he's a Brit, and it's a massive fight, and yeah, and I hope he does win. I hope he pulls it off, but it's a tough job.
What do you think are what do you think his best approach is? Because I've heard from a lot of people he needs to get Beterbiev out of there early. That's his only chance almost. What do you think?
Yeah, because people aren't giving him the credit for doing the rounds. People don't think he can do the rounds very well. You know, he's got that bodybuilder physique. But he's an athlete. You know, he's an athlete. He lives a life. He's always in the gym. What he's doing in the gym is, I don't know. You know, some people question that. Don't know. No one really knows that. It's very behind closed doors, isn't it? So we don't know what he's doing. But look, he always looks in good shape, and he seems to be living the life. And yeah, I don't know. I think he probably could do the rounds. You watch like when he boxed Linden, he was pushing it towards the end. He was still in there, wasn't he? I mean, we don't know. But in a fight of that magnitude, you'll pull it out of somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm sure he'll pull it out of somewhere. If you can't do the rounds, you'll make your son do the rounds. Simple as that. So I don't know. I don't think his only option is to go out and bulldoze him. But if me personally, if I had the attributes what he's got, and I would be approaching it that way. But you know, he's got enough people around to be telling him the right things. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll see.
And he's got a home advantage, but when you're up against someone who's had, you know, the breadth of amateur experience that you talked about, does that really matter? Does that factor in?
Well, I don't know. We've had some dodgy decisions, haven't we, over here? It might be a big factor.
It goes the distance.
I don't know. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I can't see it going the distance. I can't see that. Surely not. Two big punches. I don't think it's going to matter. He'll have seen it all. Like I said, he'll have seen it all. And I didn't. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I can't see it going the distance. So I think someone's getting knocked out one way or another.